do we even what's the cold open for today? I don't know.
I don't know either, actually. I'm tired.
Me too. It's only noon. And I was gonna say it's only 10 o'clock. No, it's noon. What am I talking about? Am I okay?
No. I know what the cold open should be, even though you're probably just gonna use all of this already.
Yeah.
It's Rose's birthday.
Oh, that. I was gonna low key bring that up for my fun fact. I have a bunch of fun facts because I remembered all mine. So. Oh, you know another thing we could talk about for the cold open, or just like just we need to talk about it. Remember that time when you didn't have internet? And just randomly sent you voice messages of whatever song was playing on my mom's Alexa. I'm not gonna say it out loud because there's one literally in the room with me. Um, and and there was that one weird song that had a lot of weird lines.
Yes.
Um, yes. Well, I somewheres in my photos have a screenshot, if I can find it, of our conversation because one of the lines was just so good. We need to talk about it.
We could talk about it.
If I could like ever find it. I swear to God, did I delete it? I don't think I did. Because I was cleaning out my phone. Oh, I found it. Ready? Ready? Don't let your wheels make you crazy. Obviously, your favorite line was looking for a lover that won't know my lover. You literally said that in all caps with like a billion question marks. And then I said, don't let your wheels make you crazy. And then we were just dying.
No, because honestly, seriously, what was that song? Like,
I love that. I feel like that just needs to be on a shirt or something.
yes.
I feel like there needs, you know, those like unhinged shirts with like, um, hamsters and I don't know, raccoons and stuff on them. One side needs to be looking for a lover that won't know my lover. The other side needs to be don't let your wheels make you crazy. And for no reason, I just need that. Uh,
I
anyways,
mean, I don't know if I remember the charge, so I should probably connect them, but unfortunately, I will not. I'm so sorry for your loss, bestie.
it's fine. Um, uh, maybe I should actually do the intro to the podcast. We're 3 minutes in.
Yes.
Welcome to a Fish and Flower podcast. I'm Flower, aka Rose. We already talked about how it's my birthday. I'm literally in bed with two dogs right now, laying down, which is great
It's
because
a rose sandwich for real.
yeah, I gotta like read off the notes and stuff for this episode. Um, but the actual fun fact is that it is also Star Wars Day, May 4th. So honestly, I have to wear something Star Wars related, right? It's not like I have a lot of Star Wars things I could wear, like a basic Star Wars shirt, and then I believe three different Baby Yoda shirts from my mom, and one from a college friend, and also she bought me a pajama set, uh, my mom did, of Baby Yoda that came with pants and socks as well as another shirt. Um, Today I am wearing Baby Yoda pajama pants for my Star Wars appreciation outfit. I will be watching Rogue One, my favorite Star Wars film. All the Star Wars elitists can fight me, okay? I don't care. I love that movie, okay?
For real,
And
best.
that's about it. Also, I did rewatch the sequels last night because I was bored. Um, and I got re-angry over Broom Boy. That makes no sense unless you know what I'm talking about, but I got re-angry over Broom Boy. Stupid fucking Broom Boy. Fucking bullshit. Anyways, you go.
Um, my name is Fish, aka Stingray. Um, and my information is one once again. Happy birthday to the one and only nerd, you know?
Oh,
We're
one
also
and
playing
two.
Candy Crush. I'm playing Candy Crush. Also, I beat the level, even though I was saying like 2 seconds ago how it's impossible.
Look at you go. Who is texting me now?
I would like everyone to. I did not read that information. I should have read that information. Oh Lord. Anyways, I'm on level 889. Okay.
I've never played.
What the hell? Me psychological.
Hi, Ivy. Alright, um, Ivy, are you a cutie? Yeah? So, yeah. That's the information for
Rose
today.
sandwich. I'm jealous of the rose sandwich. Also, in case people don't know, the dogs are like the color of white bread. So it really is a rose sandwich.
Yeah,
That's very information, okay?
it's like an ice cream sandwich, but even better. Oh, they're so cute and soft and cuddly. Um,
Don't remind me. Okay, I'm jealous. I miss my puppy.
I can imagine. Um, so this is very much a stream of consciousness podcast, if you couldn't already tell. Very similar to how we talk to each other on a daily basis. On today's episode, first of all, spoilers for the book. I forgot to mention that on like the past 4 episodes we recorded. It's fine. Um, but
I feel like
also,
you should put that in the description for all of them.
I really should. But also, like, in case you haven't listened to them first, I feel like most people who listen to this podcast have listened to the one on the first Ice Planet Barbarians episode, but there's a second one, and this is the third one. The last one there will be of the Ice Planet Barbarians, because I will be not be continuing the series. This is the last one I'll read. I heard this was the best one. That is the only reason I suffered through the second one. Um, I will stand by that. I contemplated rating it 4 stars. I almost did it. But I went with 3.5. It was good. It was good soup. But another very important fact about this is that it is the 10th episode, which means we're
Yeah.
celebrating the 10th episode with alien smut.
Tomato, tomato, tomato.
um. Anyways, very important information. How many pages of notes do you think I took on this?
Very concerning. This is outside.
uh, it's
Oh, my stepmother's home.
oh. Put me on speakerphone. Let's go.
You are on speakerphone. She's doing something outside.
Put me on speakerphone. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about all the aliens. But
We'll see. I'm gonna go with a solid 4.5 pages.
7.
I should have. I knew it was 7. I don't know
It's
why.
always 7. No matter what, it's always 7, and I don't know how. Oh, Ice Planet Barbarians 3, the 10th episode. Let's go.
I can't believe this was gonna be the top episode.
Yeah. It's great.
Would you imagine if we get to like 50 or 100?
I will not read another Ice Planet Barbarians for that. I do not care.
Okay, well, I get the next milestone, obviously.
Obviously.
Are we gonna celebrate a milestone every 10 episodes, or are we gonna be normal and just do 10 and like 50 or like,
I was thinking 10 and then 25. I don't know.
10, 25, 50, 75, 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how we just assume I'm still gonna be this crazy in like 90 more weeks. That's a lie. I definitely 100% will still be that crazy. What the hell am I talking about?
Ain't got nothing better to do.
It's true. Alright, so I'm just gonna run down some very basic information beforehand because I assume you forgot everything about the second one.
One in ear, not the other, bestie.
Yeah. So this one is about Kira and Ahiko. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Okay, let's be real. Now if you remember, Kira's the one from the first one who has the earpiece translator from the original aliens that kidnapped them all, right? So she has a
Right.
translator, and all this. And throughout this book, it's kind of important because she's scared that the original aliens are going to come back and be able to track them with it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then also at the end of the last book, the heroine in that one played a prank on them because she recognized that Ahako had a thing for Kira. I'm just gonna call him A because I'm gonna mispronounce his name every freaking time. It's gonna be different every time, so I'm just gonna call him A. Um,
Very
so
valid. But
yeah, she recognized that A had a thing for Kira, and Kira Loki had a thing for him, but was like keeping her distance. I hear the dogs. Are they gonna come back into bed with me? I don't think so. Um, And so she played a prank on him by being like, well, human woman love it when you give them a replica of your dick. So she pranked him into making basically a dildo replica of his dick. It comes into play in this book. That's why I'm bringing it up. You can probably guess where I'm going with this. Sadly, there are no talks about two suns or weird alligator creatures in this book.
ooh, tomato, tomato, tomato.
But I can go into a hour-long podcast episode just on why I prefer this one on top of the other two. Um, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I think I wrote notes on it specifically. So, this book starts with Kira hearing a bunch of people mating, um, in the caves, while she's trying to sleep, because the translator she has amplifies sound, so she can just hear everyone banging. And she's like,
Ew,
"Cool, I hate it here."
real.
um,
Um,
yeah, she's the most relatable of all of them. Um, she doesn't want to be with A despite him clearly being into her because they haven't resonated, and she doesn't see the purpose otherwise. And it comes into play later where she'll bring it up, but basically, she is worried that if she just bangs or starts a relationship with A because they like each other, he will end up resonating with someone else, and she'll have to handle the emotional, um, upsetting, I don't know, circumstances of him banging someone else. Uh,
no.
because of the resonating, and it come pretty soon. It explains why she knows for a fact why she won't resonate with him. So that's a thing. Some of the other girls do tell her to just bang him anyways. Because then she'll get her own room and a strong protector. If she does, but she describes herself as not the type of girl to just bang a guy to get stuff. So you know,
Well,
good times.
good for her, I guess, you know.
Yes. So uh, she is worried that some of the girls are being coerced into sex by the other aliens. Um, if they aren't mated or resonated or whatever, she's worried that sometimes those girls are being coerced. So she hears one of the girls sneak off, uh, and because like the non-resonated girls have like one communal sleeping area, right? She hears one of them sneak off and goes and bangs this one random alien that she hasn't resonated with. So Kira pulls her aside and is like, "Hey, just making sure like everything's good here. You're not being coerced. You can do what you want, but like know that you don't have to if you don't want to, type of thing." And the girl gets really angry and says she can have sex if she wants, and calls Kara a stuck-up prude. So that's fun. That's how the book starts.
Um,
A lot of the non-resonated girls feel like they're rejects, which, if you remember, most of the resonated girls are just the girls that were in the pods in the ship. Because there were like the two groups. There were the pod girls and the non-pod girls that were the extras that they randomly kidnapped. Um,
that sounds so funny. Pod girls and
I
not
know, right?
pod girls.
So, other than the two from the first two books, Georgina, and I don't remember the second one's name, um, none of the non-pod girls have been resonated. Uh, so a lot of them feel like they're rejected, by this alien, this imbo, all this fun stuff, which is a good time.
Um,
Oh yeah, this is where it comes up. So one of the girls, one of the non-pod girls had an IUD, and she's scared
mm,
that she'll be kicked out due to not being able to get pregnant.
interesting.
Mhm. Um. Oh, and then it brings up like pretty quickly, like not far into the book, does it bring up why Kira is pretty sure, like she's 100% sure she's not going to resonate with anyone, which is basically she's infertile. When she was young, her appendix burst, right? And it took a long time for anyone to like notice her for her to get to the hospital, for it to get removed, all this stuff. So like all that fluid was just in her abdomen. And it
Bro,
yeah,
that's sad.
and it corroded her ovaries basically. So now she can't have kids.
Sorry,
It's
just
a thing that she's had to deal with most of her life. Whenever she sees someone, um, she starts to date someone, she has to bring up the fact that she can never have kids. And she doesn't know if she ever wanted to be a mother because she's never had like the opportunity to even think about it. But like it's like ruined a lot of relationships for her, all that fun stuff. And so she knows for a fact she will never be resonated, and she's worried one, she'll be kicked out because of it. Two, she feels rejected because of it, and three, she's just really sad. She wants to find love, and she will never find love on this planet because she can't resonate with anyone. Um,
why is this actually so sad?
I know. Now around this point, I recognized. Wait a second. The symbiotes heal basically any injury. Like I think it was in the second one. It brought up this one girl who was pregnant when she was kidnapped. She was one of the non-pod girls, and they just like scooped it out of her like no big reason. Like there was no issue. But they didn't really care about any internal organs while they did it. And so she was damaged because of it. And the symbiote basically healed her within like a month. So I was like, oh no, is it gonna quote unquote cure her infertility?
Please don't tell me you did that.
Moving on.
Empty.
um, so A has been watching Kara from afar.
Wait, does that mean if I went to this planet and they put a symbiote in me that I wouldn't be mentally ill anymore?
Possibility.
Real. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go.
maybe.
Let's go.
Does that mean I wouldn't have chronic pain anymore though?
I would hope so.
Because if so, I'm 100% willing to go. Let's go. I don't care. I may hate this though, but let's go.
Would my organs reflect correctly if I did this?
I just heard Bella get wine that might be left her. That's very cute.
That's so sad.
Yeah. So, A has been watching Kara. When I say that,
I just
I
this man
oddly get
like
reminded of Pretty Little Liars, and I'm like, A watching someone. I'm not sorry. Anyways,
I'm hoping to rewatch Pretty Little Liars so bad.
I've watched like 4 seasons, I want to say. I got to the point where they found Allison alive, and then I stopped watching. And I now just laugh at it because the way it ended. God.
I never
Anyways,
watched. I don't know anything about the ending. I know like I've seen like
oh,
pictures and like stuff from the like the endings, like the later seasons. So I got pretty far into it, and I remember watching it on TV. Okay, but you know, like with the Maya stuff, when okay, but the scene with her and Emily, I think it's like the first or second season, right? Right? That scene where they're in Maya's room with the fucking fish tank and the blue light. That scene is imprinted in my fucking brain. I seen that when I was a little kid. You know, that imprinted in my brain. Okay, like. Anyways.
Anyways, you know,
I think
the end of the
no. What
show
I
is
think
one of the
about
most hated endings of a show ever. I'm pretty sure. Like the only thing in my mind that can compare is Game of Thrones. So it's pretty bad. It was a good time though.
it.
Bella, are you licking your paw? Are you a cutie?
Yes.
Just yes. But yeah, he's been watching her, and he plans to give her the mating gift, aka the dildo replica of his dick. Um, so there's this one alien girl, chick, lady. I don't remember her name. I never wrote it down. But she's like down bad for him. Um, and she tries to get him to go after her instead by saying all the human girls are ugly and all this stuff. Also, I think they were like a thing, and then she resonated with this other guy, right? And so that happened. She had a kid because that's what happens when you resonate. But then the kid died. Uh,
Hmm.
and all this stuff, and now she's just like a completely different person. And he really isn't into her anymore since she resonated with this other guy who she doesn't love, but I think they're resonating again, and she's trying to get it somewhere else, and he's like, no, go bang the guy you're resonating with. Like, please, leave me alone. She does not understand the definition of no is good time. Um,
Yeah, I noticed that like runs in the community.
yeah. Um, Hear me out. A, consent is an important thing to him. Fucking love this
Good.
man. That's the bare minimum, and I love him for it. Um, so Kira tries to argue that she's not small, and A tells her to get some of a plant that helps with eyesight. In a cute banter way. They have like this cute banter. He's like calls her small human, and she's like, I'm not small. Like she's like 5'5", 5'6", like my height, so average female human, right? But these are like 7 foot tall aliens. And so he's like, well, there's this plant outside. Why don't you go pick some to help with your eyesight? So you can see how short you really are. And it's cute. It's cute. I'm not doing a good
And
job explaining
she
it, but it's cute. Hi, Bella.
she's so good for that.
There's a puppy staring at me. You ready to
That's
hear about this
crazy.
book, Bella? Hi. You better not come over and kiss me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hi. Yes, I love you. She thinks he finds her ugly from overhearing his conversation with the alien woman where she called her like all humans ugly and he didn't like disagree and like in his thought POV like that he doesn't disagree uh just because he doesn't want to deal with it. Like he doesn't want to deal with the drama, right? Hi, puppy. There's a dog in my
Mhm.
lap. But she doesn't know that, and she can overhear the conversation with the translator. So she's just she just thinks that he finds her ugly and all that stuff. He's worried that the translator hurts her and brushes some hair behind her ear. You know, cute scene. Um, she's tried to cut out the translator, but it's surgically implanted, so it
Uh,
doesn't work. He wants to make her smile due to her being sad a lot. Like she's just generally really sad all the time, which like you get. She's dealing with the trauma of everything that's happened. Two, knowing that she's infertile and she may be kicked out because of that or banished and whatnot. All that fun stuff. Kind of makes her not a very happy person, which is why he makes jokes all the time. Because he views that his best benefit to society is to make people feel better. So he makes jokes to make people feel better.
no, he's so real.
I know, right? The way I'm remembering this as I'm going on, like I haven't even gone to that note yet. Uh, it's a good time. Oh yeah, he realizes that she overheard the conversation about how humans are ugly. Yeah, he realizes this and he's like, no, 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 no. Also we learned she's a virgin because, and I quote, she's plain. Um, yeah. Um,
Mm,
I think she tells him that pretty early on. She doesn't want to lead him on, even if he does find her attractive, because she wants him to leave, to have the chance to have a family one day, which he won't have if he's with her. Yes, you're such a cute puppy. Um, he gives her the courting gift, aka the dildo, and it's made of bone.
bone.
Yep.
Um, um,
Oh yeah. So she gets to the point where she understands. Like she's like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "Yeah, Liz. That's apparently the main character in the second book. Um, Liz told me this is like a mating gift where you're from." And she's like, "Oh, it's not. That was a prank she pulled. Don't get angry." And instead of being angry like any of the other guys in this whole entire universe, he just laughs at it and finds it really funny. He's like, "That was a good prank." Fucking love this guy. Yes, you're a cute puppy.
you know,
There's a literal dog in my lap. I don't know why I'm
please
not.
give
I
her a
don't.
kiss on her head.
I realized that I could turn on my camera and you could see her be on my lap. I, yes, that is a me.
I love how she's like, her little nose. Like, it's just, like, the middle of her nose up, but it's so cute.
I know, she's just
I
a
love her.
baby.
Look at her. I love her.
Me too. I also love the puppy. You can't see it, but her tail's wagging.
Do you have a drink?
Hi, puppy.
Do you have a drink with you?
No.
Wow.
I know, right? That'd be smart.
I was gonna say, while we're here, while you have the camera, we could recreate the picture. But you don't have a drink, you're slacking.
I know, right? Okay, where was I in my notes? Oh, yeah, he offers to bang her and tells her to keep the gift. I think, he, like, offers to take her virginity, or, like, fix her virginity, and she's like, my dude? Seriously? But it turns out to be, like, a miscommunication due to culture differences and blah, 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 right? She realizes he doesn't know what kissing is. He asks why it's hard to believe he wants to court her, and she says it's the lack of resonating. Then we learn she's touch-starved, which is some good soup in the land of Rose.
Real.
She's not into just sex, and the idea of envy when he resonates with another is why she won't be with him. I already brought that up. Hi, yeah, you a baby?
No, you know what I just thought about? I don't think I've ever read a gay book that has touch-starved gays, and that's so sad. I need a book that has
technically,
touch-starved gays.
Legendborn Cell is bi, and he is touch-starved. Therefore,
I'm reading it this month just for you, okay? As soon as I finish this Death Note volume I'm reading, I will start it.
I'm gonna scream and probably cry. Can you read Pestilence instead? Read Spud instead.
It gets a whole vlog, okay, bestie?
I'm very excited. She thinks about wanting to have kids all the time, which she believes is due to not being able to have them. Like if she could have them, she wouldn't be thinking about it all the time, but because she knows she can't, that's all she can think about. Oh yeah, and then it talks about the girl who was given the forced abortion in book 1, still healing, and that's why she hasn't resonated. Yeah, I skipped ahead. On that. Whenever A goes out to go hunting with the others, she feels lonely. And she notices that he's good with children. There's a new resonating couple, and so there's like this whole big celebration, right? And at the celebration, he finger paints her face, to try to make her smile. But then seeing all the happy couples makes Kara sad, seeing what she can't have, and it upsets her even more. And then she gets super drunk and they make out.
Real, honestly. Also, I keep getting distracted by this puppy, this sweet little puppy. You just got a puppy. I think she needs another piece on her head. See, between me and you, this dog is gonna explode from the amount of love it gets, okay?
Yeah, she's a big love dog, though. She loves all the love. She survives on it. She thrives on it. Look at her, she's so cute. Look at your face.
That's why she's so cute and sweet, because we tell her she's cute and sweet every day, and she just kisses on her head. That's how it works.
I'm keeping all this in about me just being like, my puppy's really cute. She's really cute. Part 1, in case you don't remember, it's split up into like 7 parts or something like that, and not chapters. It ends with them making out. My thoughts on it was like, can the worm heal her infertility? I brought that up. What were my thoughts about that? That seems dumb since it seems to be going that infertility doesn't make you less than raw, which I do appreciate. But the girl who went through the forced abortion is getting her womb healed by the worm, so, and then my thoughts on the character so far is A is sweet and kind, and Kara is strong but sensitive, and I love it. Second part, starts with A trying to get her to go back to his cave when she gets a call in the translator from the original green alien guys. Hi, baby. She's on my hand. about them coming back to the planet to gather supplies. Um, A thinks her pushing him away after that is due to a dislike for him. And then he goes back to his cave to find the alien woman from before in his bed, naked. He likes to, so he is really good at whittling and carving, which is why he made a really good replica of his dick out of bone.
I'm sorry, that's so funny.
So he uses his whittling abilities to make toys for the kids.
Aww.
You know, he's just so sweet. I love him.
He's so real.
So Kara makes a plan to go to the Elder's Cave. Okay, so if you don't remember, there was this thing where Georgie, finds that cave with a guy from first book, that is actually the original, like, the ship that the Ice Planet Barbarians came on that crashed, and so they're not originally from this planet either, and that's how she got a translator. There's like a bunch of translators in there, so you can get a translator to talk to the aliens, all this stuff. Right, so there's this ship there. They decided not to use it to go home, all this stuff. And she plans to go to this cave and get a way to take out the translator she has and find a possible stone cutter to make more caves. Right? Because, like, they're running out of cave space. Also, she's scared that the OG aliens can track her. I already talked about that, basically. But, so, she also wants to get away from everyone else in case they can track her so that she can, escape without them, right? Or get taken and those others won't be harmed or anything like that. A offers to show her the way, which she accepts, which he takes to mean she has something on her mind. He, like, instantly understands, hey, something's up, something's going on with her, there's a reason why she wants to go here that I'm not understanding. I'm gonna help her out without knowing what it is, but I'd like to know what it is. And, you know, we love that. He notices that some of the men are not caring about the woman's feelings, which makes him mad. We love that. She overhears.
She's the only alien ever, okay?
Yeah, I know, right? So she overhears A kicking out other men who want to go on this, like, quote-unquote hunting party, to the Elder's Cave. She's, like, kicking out other men. He only allows one other guy to come with him. I forget who it is. I think he was dated in the past or something like that. He's, like, a really sad guy. Maybe he lost his whole family. I don't remember.
Now, how hard was this to do with all the other ones? Like, truly, think about it.
I know, right? She has the ability. She did it in one book. Like, imagine if you're the type of you like the type of romance that is in the first two, and then you come on to the third one thinking you're gonna get the same, like, darkish, kidnapish romance, and then you get this instead. Imagine that.
Hear me out. I feel like you can have both things coexist in the same book.
Yes. Agreed. Have you heard of this book called The Curse of Dark and Lonely?
Yes, yes, I have. It was a very nice book. I really enjoyed it. But I feel like there's two fanfictions open in my Chrome.
Oh my god. There's a dog sound asleep on my head. I can't move this arm. Like, that's
She needs
her
a
head, that's
pillow.
my
What
head.
about it?
I guess
She
my
has
arm's
a
just gonna
pillow.
fall
She
asleep
needs
in
a
this
pillow.
position. She ends up finding a root vegetable, and the humans are really excited about this possibility. He wants to postpone the journey due to the cold front coming in, but she needs to go. She needs to get there as soon as possible. She gets cold. So he warms her up. He warms up her hands with his own by, like, putting her hands in his and, like, keeping them warm. I did not squeal. I swear! It's so cute. He comforts her, noticing that there's something going on. He makes sure to move in slowly to kiss her so she has time to reject him. Because he expects her to reject him, right? Oh yeah. So they're, like, making out again, and he honked, and I quote, he's honking a boob, but stops because he recognizes it's too much too fast, making sure she's in control. Why did I word it like that? Why did I say he honk a boob? But yes, he honk a boob. I think they're making out against like a rock or something. Out in the cold. While she's foraging.
I don't know why you said it like that, but I'm not surprised that you said it like that.
I know, right? So he grabbed a boob, but then he's like, no, I gotta like take it slow, so she can decide what she wants when, all this fun stuff. Meanwhile, she's like totally into it. She's all like, holy shit. And continues the petting making out session. Yay! Um, he's conscientious. Wow, I can spell that word, but I can't speak it. About what she likes and what overwhelms her sexually. We love this man. He notices things. He likes how her human body is different from his. God, I just read the next bullet point and he's gonna think about her pubes the next time he masturbates.
Um, I want you to know, I don't know if there's people home next door and these walls are so thin, so if there's someone home, they definitely heard that.
Yes, hell yeah. These people don't know me. It's fine. The third nipple comedy is back. She comes on his hand multiple times and then he licks his fingers. Normal things. He considers himself her mate now.
Yeah, normal things, bestie, so stay warm.
Yeah. She starts looking. Oh yeah, so he went in to kiss her, make out with her to like distract her from whatever's bothering her, right? And so as soon as they're done, like as soon as he gets her off, she's basically sad again. And so he flirts and kisses to make it go away again. That's basically he's like just trying to make the sadness go away. With love and affection and comedy. We loved. Um, so she's very much anxious about the future, and he's live in the moment type guy. Uh, which I found even cuter somehow, right? I don't know. Um, oh, this is when she tells him that she's a virgin, and he's like, cool, okay. uh, uh, the aliens don't care about purity, so he tells her any mate wouldn't care if she doesn't save herself. Um, she says that's not very human, and he asks if he looks human to her. And I found it very funny. He's just a funny guy, okay. He mentions delaying their journey again, and he notices the idea scares her. And knows that she's hiding something that's scaring her, so he makes her say what it is. He's like, tell me what it is, and then it's like, next part. So my thoughts on the second part, A is better at reading body language, so generally knows what she's feeling. We love that. And he was so cute, trying to make her less sad all the time. And also I related to Kira a lot. I don't know why or how, but I did. Apparently, I don't know, I wrote that down. For my notes.
Would you like my thoughts?
Yes.
These pickles are really good pickles. Like, they're like really, really good. Like, I don't know what's in these pickles, but
Bella, can I have my hand?
secondly, why am I kind of having a good time? I never have a good time with this episode.
Like this, I rated this book 3.5 stars, and I had to fight the urge to rate it 4.
Did you rate the other one higher than this one?
No, I rated them 2.5 and 3.
Oh. I know what's going on.
Oh my god, my arm hurts from being so asleep and stuck in that position. I can hear the train outside. That's fun. The third part. She decides to tell him everything, and he feels bad that she feels like she has to handle all this on her own. I love this man. He agrees that being around puts the others in danger, so the others won't be going with him. He says she's worth the danger. So he like officially kicks everyone else out of the party to go with, so it can be just the two of them. And then she's like, what about you? I can go on my own. Just tell me where it is. And he's like, no, you're worth the danger.
I
Yeah, he offers to distract her from her anxiety with some more lovin'. Um, she finally tells some of the others about the translator thing, and about the aliens coming back. Not like all of them. I think like a few of the head ones. Um, and so her plan is to go to the Elder's Cave / ship to get the translator removed if it's possible. Um, And then one of the other girls decides she really also needs to go to the ship for some reason. So it becomes a party of 4 because there's like a guy that goes with them. So 4 people. On the journey there, A carries some of her stuff for her. She assumes he wants only sex and informs him she doesn't want to hold him down or be casual. And then he calls those excuses and then says he just wants her, though he's totally down for sex if she wants it. Like, he's like, I'm down to just, like, make out forever. I don't care. I like it. Cool. And she's like, oh, but I don't want to tie you down. And he's like, excuses. We can be friends. We can just make out if you want. I don't care. And I'm just like, this man, sex would be cool with you, but, like, we don't have to. And I'm like, I love you. A god in my world, this man is. Oh, she starts feeling really bad. She's the slowest in the group on the trip. And she's getting way too cold, and so A carries her to the cave, and they have to keep warm via body heat. When she puts her cold feet and hands against him, he doesn't complain. And then I, very importantly, took a note at that moment. It said 10 out of 10, best man. I'm a person with very poor circulation and therefore very cold hands and feet. And I've had boyfriends be like, get away from me. I don't want your cold feet on me. And I was like, get away from me. I don't want your stupid madness near me. So, you know, I have cold hands and feet. Let me live my cold hand and feet life. Hear me out. This Icelandic barbarian alien guy would let me put my cold hands and feet on him. Why won't human men? Explain it.
Because they have issues, and this is another reason why we should go. Not only can we get the symbiotes, so our bodies would actually function correctly.
Imagine that.
You could stick your cold hands and feet on an alien guy, and I would just be there like, anyways. I just came with a symbiote besties.
She starts feeling him up, and learns he's completely naked. You know, normal things. He says her touch excites him, which surprises her. And she plans to continue going, but he tells her to stop before he covers the cave with his seed. In a funny way. I made the note that he says it in a funny way. Which makes her laugh away her worries. Yeah. He says it in a funny way, and then she just laughs and finds him really funny, which is the same. There's tracks outside the cave that have 3 toes. She overhears about the tracks. She thinks it's the OG aliens. He gives her a piggyback ride to the rest of the way. We all know that piggyback rides in romance books proves as true love, right? He plays with her with his tail. I think if I remember properly, he's like wrapping his tail around her ankle or something, like tickling her ankle with his tail while he gives her a piggyback ride. He erases her worries about not being good enough. Translator picks up OG aliens saying they're landing, so they run the rest of the way to the Elder's Cave, and they lock down the ship via vocal command via Georgie's name. So to get in, they have to use Georgie's name. A goes with her to the med bay, because she assumes that's where the best chance to get the translator out is. My thoughts on this part is I think I like this one more because A is more emotionally available and into Kara in general, not just to bang, despite physically being into her too. Also, he gives her the choice, but basically he's like, it's not being forced together with this resonating or any of that stuff. It's basically him being like, hey, I think you're cool. I think you're a cool person. I like you as a person. Also you're kind of hot, but also I like you as a person. Um, type of thing. And not just bang because banging. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
and so I like it more. Also, he's just a funny, sweet guy. We love him.
You
Um,
know, I really wish all the aliens were like this. It would be such a good time.
I know,
You know?
right? Um, I cannot read from this position. I wish I could. I gotta sit back up. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wake you up with that? Are you a baby? Yeah. That's
Say
okay.
yes. Say yes, Bella.
Bella, can you talk?
I swear she can. I don't. It just. I wouldn't surprise me if she couldn't. You just didn't tell me.
Imagine if she did.
I mean, I am in your wall, so I would hear it. So.
True, true. Gotta keep up the walls, Lord.
One day I'm actually gonna be in your wall, so I'm gonna say that, and you're like, "Yeah, that's so funny, ha ha ha." Then I'll knock you like, "What the fuck?"
I'll probably think it's a squirrel in the walls again.
Um,
Um, so she notices someone has taken some parts of the ship out to use elsewhere. Wow, my computer is so loud. It's not even hot. Why is it so loud? Um, there's a self-surgery bay. Uh, she has horror memories about the implantation of the translator. Like it like really hurt. It's against her will. All this fun stuff. So you know we love it. Um, he's willing to protect her from aliens since he's scared she'll be harmed in the process and worries about her. Before she goes in, um, he asks her to be his mate. And says he chooses her. Which is like a big deal because like screw resonating. I want an alien to choose me, not resonate with me. Normal sentences. She fears the abandonment of his resonating again. He wants children, which scares her more. Oh yeah, she's like, "Do you want a family?" And she's like, in her head, she's like, if he says no, then I'll go for it because then I won't have to worry about it. But then he says yes, and she's like, "Fuck." And so she low key lets him go so he can have his dreams, um, and whatnot. And then she climbs to the bay. At which point she learns there's a 97% success rate of it removing the translator. Um, and then it locks her down. Like it literally puts like braces on her arms and legs so she can't move and all this stuff. And it freaks both of them
um,
out. And she's asking the computer questions to distract herself. Uh, she learns there are 16 of the original aliens on the ship. And then she blacks out. When she blacks out, he takes her to a bed so she can rest, and cuddles her and tells her how he will always protect her and care for her while she's unconscious. Oh, this man's so cute. Um, he imagines how their kids will look.
why is he no? Why is he like just normal? Like,
I don't know. Listen, it was very hard to imagine this man as like a 7 foot blue alien with a tail and antlers because, like,
they have antlers?
yeah, did you not remember this?
No, I remember the tail and the antlers.
Yeah, in one of them, I'm pretty sure she like holds onto the antlers while she rides them. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. If it's not a thing, it should be. Um,
No, that's so funny to think about
yeah.
that. Okay. Anyways.
She comes back to him describing because he's just like talking to her this whole time. Um, and she comes to him explaining how he would set up their cave, how he would organize it, how he would I can't think of words, decorate it, and all that stuff. Um, he makes her drink before she goes to. Oh, she wants him to destroy the translator itself just to be safe. So before he goes, he makes sure she drinks some water and whatnot. Um, and then she goes and takes a hot shower because there's a hot water on the ship, and she's like, "Hell yeah, give me a shower!" Which is like iconic, same. Um, and then he just joins into the. He's just like, "Hi, I'm here now." Um, and so
No.
he just enters the bathroom, not the shower, initially. And then he gets the soap berries, and he's like, hey. And she's like, yeah, go for it. And so he washes her. Um, and then they kiss. She asks him to kiss her, and he says she never has to ask. Um, they start grinding. He washes her. She tells him she's infertile, and that's why they haven't resonated. And she's scared of his reaction. Um, and that's where it ends. Literally, that's how that part ends. My thoughts
Yeah.
are, I don't know what to say except these two are cute, and he'd do anything for her, and that she's really insecure sometimes. But we love her anyways.
Blue alien washing my hair on a postcard boy win.
Bella, you a cutie. She's such a baby. You a baby? You a baby? What you doing? What's that light doing? On my arm. Hi. Do you see this?
Aw,
Hi.
aw,
Hi.
baby claw.
She stretched and this is what happened. Okay, that's just in my lap now. Okay. So part 5. He doesn't care about her infertility. He's like, so. Um, he's just happy to not be lonely anymore, and that she won't resonate, and that not having to resonate with not resonating with someone else, right? Like he's like, now I don't have to worry that you'll leave me for someone who you'll resonate with, and all this stuff. Um, and she does bring up the idea that he could still resonate with someone else, and how that will affect her. And he's like, yes, but I'll come back to you, and you don't have to worry about that, because I will always come back to you, and all this stuff. And so he basically makes sure that she understands this, and then they agree to be mates, by choice. We love it. He calls her beautiful. And then they start exploring each other's bodies. I think it's about to get to the smutty part. He understands to take things slow with foreplay to not scare her. And he wants to make her come to ease her worries. I forgot how awkward it is to read this every time. I explain what happens. He takes his time eating her out more into her pleasure than his own, even when they play hide the sausage. Because of course I call it hide the sausage. Why did I word it like
Why?
that?
Why did you say that? Also, Dusty, this is me reiterating the fact you don't have to go into details for this.
I'm going to. They gotta play hide the sausage. I really don't. It's like, usually it's like 20 pages in a row of just like one sex scene, and I go, they play hide the sausage. Next. The other human that came with them is making a rock cutter to make their caves bigger. Both A and Kara get the computer translator, and Kara gets the other OG aliens language as well, just in case, right? The alien ship has landed. The footprints from before belong to something else. I don't know what it is. The computer has a different number of the blue aliens than they have. Oh yeah, there's like some weird where she's like, how many of these type of aliens are there? And the ship's like, this many. And he's like, no, we know of this many. So, question mark? They plan to get guns, and Kara makes a failscape in case she's taken. And plans to go out and confront the aliens. She gives A goodbye kiss. The aliens shoot A and take Kira. This was like very dramatic scene, and I'm like, they shoot A, they take Kira. What's next? Which I find very funny. He has to help the others before he can go after Kira. The aliens question whether they should kill her or not. She plans to poison them. She thinks A may be dead. The aliens are sluggish, so she thinks they're slowly dying, but she takes one down and shoots it with his own gun. We love. And then she uses his dismembered hand.
Oh
She
yeah.
has to cut off to open the doors, right? So there's a hand
Hell
cannon.
yeah.
there's a hand scanner for the doors, right? And so she's like, well, fuck. She cuts off his hand and uses it so
Oh
he
yeah.
can get into the door. Yeah.
She's so
She releases the 3 out of 4 of the escape pods. And then sets the ship into a crash land before escaping in the last one. So basically, the whole entire thing was, she set it so it released a poisonous gas, basically, throughout the ship that wasn't poisonous to her because the symbiote filters out the air, right? Remember? That was why they needed it in the first place, because the oxygen or the air on the planet itself is toxic. Um, and so, she's fine. All the aliens are sluggish, so then she kills one with its gun, does all this stuff, and then lets all the what are they called? The escape pods. Releases all of them except for one that she can escape in. Makes sure the ship auto crashes, and then gets on the last escape pod and leaves herself. And then it switches POV to Harlow, the human was with the party, to the ship, the one who was making the rock cutter. Yeah. She hears a purring, which I assume is a resonating. And then it switches back to A. I don't know. Maybe she's the main character for the fourth one, maybe, and it was setting up that one. That's the only thing I can think. A sees the ship crash and thinks that Kara died in it. And is like freaking out. But then almost instantly, like less than a minute later, Kara's escape pod lands right there. She's like, "Hey guys, I'm alive," and then she kisses him.
I'm sick.
She starts taking after his wounds, even though he wants to mate. He's like, "Let's have fun times," and she's like, "Sir, you are bleeding."
Some people have their partners. That's great.
They think Harlow has run away. Again, I'm pretty sure I think she was resonated with someone, just random guy, and was taken. They take the other alien blue guy that was with them back to the cave so he can get healed because he was also shot. Can't wait for the fourth one that I'm never gonna read. They run into Liz and Rahash, the two from the second book. And Rahash runs wounded guy home back to the caves while A walks the girls home while carrying Kira. So he's carrying Kira and Liz is walking next to him as they're walking back, right? Kira meets the mother-in-law.
Oh.
And then the woman alien from before tries to get with Ahako again, or A again. The way I actually think I pronounced it right that time, but Kira pushes her away, saying they are mated. His mom isn't worried about the choosing. Instead of the resonating stuff, yeah. They make plans to get their own cave. She ends up falling asleep, and A's younger brother starts questioning her. She goes searching for A, and she learns they won't go after Harlow because they are worrying about food for the harsh winter. Which, being as our whole entire thing is protecting the human woman, in general, very weird that this is the second time a human woman has been kidnapped by a blue alien in this series, and they decided not to go after her just because. Anyways, Bella, you're so cute. Kicking in your dreams. Look at you, such a cute puppy. They start separating the group because of all the humans and also all these humans aliens resonating and having kids and whatnot. They're running out of space, right? With all these couples, because once you become a couple, you get your own cave, but they're running out of caves, right? So they decide to separate the groups into two, because there's further away, slightly distance away, there's another set of caves that they used to live in as well, but they all went into one, where they currently live, after there was a disease that killed like most of the species. And so there was a need to be at that cave system because there weren't enough people to like live in both, right? And A and Kira are put in charge of the new system. He takes her to check out the new cave system so he can bang. Because he like knows that she's like loud, but he also knows that she's self-conscious about that. So like he's like, care if we bang here when there's no one else here. We're gonna bang and be as loud as we want. We love how considerate he is.
Only alien ever, once again.
Yes. He takes her to a certain cave that he wants to keep as their own. He's like, this one could be ours. I'm thinking we do this with this and this and this. And it has a bathtub. Again, 10 out of 10, greatest man ever. Because he recognized how much she loved taking that shower earlier. So he's like, a
Where did he get a bathtub?
And I'm like, hell yeah. I say as a person who took a bath this morning, hell yeah.
Where did he get a bathtub?
I don't know. I think it was just carved into the stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to take a bath, but I don't know where the cleaning stuff is, and respectfully, I'm not going to put my ass in that bathtub without cleaning it first.
Yes.
You know?
She brought the dildo, of his dick as their first piece of decoration. And then he plays hide the sausage, but with the dildo. I told you it'd be important for the book.
Sure, bestie, that was very, very important. I could have already put that together, but
He's way into her needs first, and then, we get... Do I need to go into this? He goes at it from behind, but with, as himself, not as the dildo. And then they start the moving process. The alien woman that always hits on A tries to complain about her cave, and when Kara goes to stop any flirting, the two start resonating, or she leaves soon. End of the part. My thoughts on this part is there's way less sex in this one partial and 2 full sex scenes, and that's it. By that point, and I think all the other ones had 12. And then also, yes, I did scream at the twist when you initially think that he actually did resonate with this horrible, horrible woman that he doesn't even like. And all this stuff.
A reasonable amount of sex scenes and the amount of pages this book has?
Yes. It's almost like this whole entire book is focused more on their emotional connection than their sexual connection. And that's why I like it more.
Yes.
Fucking imagine!
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Hear me out. The only time I love a book that has a strong sexual connection, like these type of books, is Katie Robert. And that's because she manages to also fit in emotional connection at the same time. I have not...
You mean she's actually a good writer?
Yes. I have not read any smut of any kind by any other author, as far as I can remember, where it's like a book that's very focused on the smut, but also it manages to fit in romantic emotional connection that is not based around sex. Other than Katie Robert. Katie Robert fucking does it every fucking time, even the books that are as long as these ones, which are the Wicked Villain series, at least the first one. And she's a god in this, this is why she's my god, okay? I love this woman.
I'm still read the one you sent me.
I'm so excited to start my reread, I've only read the first one before. Start reading those books for this after this book. Other than the Shrek one. We don't need to talk about the Shrek one. I haven't finished my notes on that one.
The cover is so good on that one. I don't understand.
Me neither. So, next part, Kara is obviously distraught about him. She thinks that he resonated with other lady. But he's actually resonating with Kara. And then I bring up the note that, oh yeah, this is the last part, and there's very little notes on this. The whole Kara being fixed, quote unquote, thing feels iffy, but I'm happy he didn't resonate with someone else. Especially rude alien lady. I knew it was gonna happen, but I was still seriously, you quote unquote fixed her infertility. The whole entire infertility thing was used as a way to explain why they weren't resonating, so that it could focus more on their emotional connection and less on the sexual connection, which makes sense. But then, by the end, it fixes it, so that they can still have that, and I'm what the fuck was the fucking point? So, yay, the worm, quote unquote, fixed her. He takes her to their cave, and they have fun times. Everyone knows they just resonated and all this stuff, too. They just be cute, calling themselves the luckiest to mate with each other. He plans to move them back to the main cave since she will be pregnant, but she decides they'll stay there. Oh yeah, so the reason why they got in charge of the main system on this side, is, because this area is supposed to be for widows and people who have not resonated and stuff like that. Despite the fact that they are a couple, but since she can't resonate, there won't be like an issue with like them getting pregnant and all this stuff. Meanwhile, the other case system will be for all the couples with kids and whatnot, right? Makes sense. But then she resonates with him, so they will also have a kid. So like, assumably they would move to the other cave system, and she's like, no, this is our home. I'm gonna make it our home. I don't fucking care. Which we've had before. So it's like they got 3 years until this kid comes out, so it's fine. I just remembered that 3-year pregnancy. I fucking hate this book. But yeah, that's the end of the book. Favorite book in the series, but still won't continue since the next one seems to be more of the strong, brooding alien versus small human against her will. The quote-unquote fixing of Kira's infertility was expected, but I still wish they could have just been happy, so basically the last part didn't need to happen. Yeah. Also, a reason why I love this book is communication. Hear me out? They fucking did it. They communicated. Belle, do not kick my mouse. Thank you. He respected Kira and let her decide what they do sexually, despite him being really into her. Like all the other men in these series, he's all like down bad, but she's all like, he lets her be in charge, so it goes her pace and what she like, so she's comfortable and all this stuff. And I'm like, hear me out, an icon. And so, because of that, it gives them more of strengthens their emotional connection more than their sexual connection, blah, 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 I already talked about that. But yeah, they have a really strong emotional and romantic connection before they start, connecting sexually, which I think also lent, to my loving of this book. Also, they're just cute, and then also I wrote down the very important note, despite having 3.5 sex scenes, it's more erotic than Dino Stud.
Is that just gonna be a running theme more erotic than
Yeah, you know, yeah, that's been my running joke now.
Honestly, I feel like if I read one of the 3 that you read, if I read this one, I would probably like it.
Yeah, that's one that's kind of the best one. I get why everyone loves it. 3.5 stars. 1, you can tell her writing's gotten better since even the first one, let alone the second one. So, you know, that's nice. 2,
We love
I prefer the more emotional connection than sexual connection, especially in romances. And like this, where it's definitely got more of a like domineering man, but like he's sensitive and sweet and kind and all this stuff. And I'm just here, just like, oh yes, loved it. It was a good time. I was just listening to it as I took my notes. I'm just like, hell yeah, this is a great time. It's a good fun time. But yeah. I could like go for a whole hour about how their emotional connection makes this book so much better than any of the other ones with just pure sexual connection, with like them being like, I love him, but like we don't see how she like, yeah, you love his dick, but like, do you really love him? Do you even know anything about him? Like, hear me out. I'd like to remind you, you love me, despite the hilarious joke I just made.
I do love you. It is in fact your birthday and I love you.
Yeah, I can't believe we're recording this on my birthday. I also have to edit it on my birthday.
I hope people wish you a happy birthday even though this is going up way after your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Going up tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. That's why I said we have to record this, because it's tomorrow's episode.
Whoops, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the 10th episode is right before my birthday, and also Ice Planet Barbarians. We love it.
You know what also goes up tomorrow, bestie?
No. What comes out tomorrow? My Will to Live? It just disappears into the void.
It was nothing. It's nothing, but I'm about to change it to something because I left room for my wrap up, but my wrap up is not happening. Hee hee hee. So the red hair vlog is coming out tomorrow. Hee hee hee.
Ooh, fun.
Even though my hair is no longer.
Yeah, my wrap up went up yesterday, and I forgot it went up yesterday until like 2 p.m. I was like, oh, yeah. I'm great at this, a whole adulting thing. Do you have any
Real.
thoughts?
No, not really. This
Not
one was
Cincy?
good. I didn't want to die sitting here, you know.
Yeah, that was generally my thoughts reading it. I will not continue because, as far as I can tell, um, they continue the general theme of the first two, not this one. This one seems to be an outlier, and I like it. I'm moving on with my life. I give up.
Real.
I'm gonna go read a shit ton of Katie Roberts. I'm gonna do so many Katie Robert episodes now, other than the Shrek one. So I'm gonna do the whole entire Wicked Villain series, and then I want to do the uh the one with the dragon smut. I want to do that series. And I also want to do the spin-off series from the Neon Gods Dark Olympus series. Uh, so
Hmm.
that's like 12 books at least. Don't worry. I got all the eroticas planned.
You know what? I'm glad to see.
There's a snoring puppy next to me. Bella, do you have any thoughts? Mm-hmm. I give her kisses. It's very important.
Real.
Um, but yeah, any final thoughts before I end this off and say what the next episode is and all that fun stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, this one's gonna be a short one then. We love that.
Good.
I know, editing me loves it especially. It's gonna be iconic. So the next episode, if I pull it up, I don't have the list on me, but I do have it edited already, and scheduled already, so I know what it is, and that is the Things We Never Got Over episode. God, the way we recorded that like a month and a half ago, and it comes out good.
Good, because now we're like, I don't know,
Don't worry, soon I will finish my notes for the Shrek book so that we can record that one.
I'm struggling to stick my hand down the sleeve of my flannel when I literally could have just pulled my arm out of my flannel. Am I okay?
Probably not, but that's fine.
Yeah, I miss my dog.
You want mine? Come out of the wall so you can pet her.
Respectfully, no. But I would give her a kiss on the head. There's so
Give
many little baby birdies outside. There's always so many birdies out here.
You're a sweet baby. She's like half asleep. She's like, let me sleep, you psycho human. I'm a puppy. But yes, next episode is the Things We Never Got Over episode. It's another one that's not too long. I think it will be about the same length as this one. Because that one is an hour and 15 minutes, and this one is currently not even an hour 20. Pre-edited, so, about the same length. It's a fun time. At some point, we should read the sequel. Because that's come out now.
I want to read that.
Me too, but I want to do it via audiobook.
And then the third one comes out later this year too. You know how hard it was not to buy it when I went to the bookstore, like right after I think I got over, because it had just come out, and then I went to the bookstore and I wanted to buy it so bad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the next episode. Of course, it's a normal episode. If you want to know what the next smut episode is, it is one. It's called "Gay in My Swamp" by GM Fairy, I believe. It is a Shrek smut. Basically, that's it. It's Shrek smut.
I'm sorry, that cover is mind blowing. Honestly, it's so classy, but it's literally Shrek smut. That was the sentence.
Yeah, it's a book that I read already. I didn't like it. It will be an interesting time to talk to you about it because I have thoughts. It's a doll with Stingray's fault because Stingray was the one to send me the reel where I learned about this book, and then that book took over my Instagram reels like there was no tomorrow. And I spent the whole time being like, yes, I know. Shut up about it.
I love you.
The same thing happened with A Soul to Keep, where right after I finished it, I kept on getting Instagram reels where people are like, look at this book, it's so great, and I'm like, yeah, it looks cool. The first 100 pages are good. The end. I had already read it at that point. I was like, please stop recommending me this book that I've already read and didn't even like.
I love you. You're welcome for the respect.
Thanks.
but
Thanks, Mom. Hi.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
yes?
What are we gonna do with the end of Vikings City of Bones? Because this is a big ass series.
I know it's a big ass series. I've read it all.
I know. What are we gonna do actually? What?
I embroidered a lot while reading those books, especially some of the later ones, because like the later ones are like 700 pages
What
plus.
the fuck? Oh,
Mhm.
why?
Um,
For why?
if you like the world, but you would prefer a more gloomy, dark, gray, wet book, you know, wet vibes, that type of
Yeah.
thing, I recommend Infernal Devices because it takes place in I think it was Victorian England. Um,
Like, I
so
like it, but I don't.
it's cold and wet, but it's got like the same magic system, and whatnot. Um,
Like,
there
it's
is not a
interesting.
throuple. It was so close to being a throuple, yet so far. I fucking hate it when that happens.
Like, it's interesting, but, like, the characters are low-key annoying, all but Simon. Simon, I love Simon with my whole heart. And, like, the vines are okay. Like, it's like Chloe King, but worse, you know?
Yeah.
Granted, they're both bad. I really need to get you to read Chloe King one day, because you would, I feel like you would like it, but,
I
like,
liked the
no, it's
show.
bad. I forget that you watched the stupid show. I forget there's a show, okay? I never watched the show.
The ABC
You
Family
even
original.
so.
There's a puppy head on my head again. So cute, baby.
Well, she needs a pillow.